Welcome to another episode of Top Comic Stories, where I share to you the most intriguing and interesting comic stories from both Marvel and DC Comics this week. So if you don't have the time to read comic books anymore, hopefully this short video would be enough to cover the best comic stories this week. Grab a snack, seat back, and enjoy. After almost 100 years, Batman finally confirms the Joker could have killed him at any time. And at the same time, Batman could also have killed the Joker at any time. In Batman number 144, the Joker spreads a virus that makes everyone laugh uncontrollably, and it causes a lot of problems around the world. Batman tries super hard to find a way to stop it, but he just can't figure it out because the Joker is too tricky. But then, the Joker decides to give Batman a hint on how to stop the laughing virus. It turns out the Joker could have kept the world messed up, but he got bored of it. So he lets Batman fix everything. This makes Batman wonder about how many times the Joker could have beaten him if he really wanted to. You wouldn't believe this is Robin's girlfriend. Will Batman approve of this? Let's find out. In Batman and Robin issue number 6, Batman and Robin head to a courthouse where Victor Zsasz is being set free by Damian's classmate, Zach. Things get tense when Zsasz tries to hurt Zach, but the heroes swoop in and save him. Later, Bruce and Damian have a heart-to-heart about Damian's school troubles before checking out one of Man-Bat's cults. But just as they get there, Flatline, Robin's girlfriend from Lazarus Island, shows up and defeats the cult members. Nika admits she came to talk to Robin, while Batman awkwardly asks if she's a friend of his. Spider-Man fixes an old weakness. Dr. Octopus was able to put his consciousness into Peter Parker before, but this time, Peter Parker came prepared. In Superior Spider-Man number 4, Dr. Octopus tries to take over Peter Parker's body again. But Spider-Man has gotten better at defending himself against psychic attacks. He tells Octavius that he succeeded before because he wasn't good at dealing with psychic stuff. This time, Spider-Man fights back and gathers a group of heroes in his mind to help him. He also uses memories from a different life as a weapon. Even though Octavius manages to get around some of Spider-Man's defenses, it's obvious that Spider-Man is much stronger now. Lobo terrorizes Gotham City, so Batman gets to show of his contingency plan for Lobo. The Joker paid Lobo to take out Batman, which caused Lobo to go on a huge rampage in Gotham City. He even went so far as to kill Robin and Nightwing. Batman tried everything to stop him, but nothing worked because Lobo could heal from almost any attack. Batman even tried using the anti-Superman suit controlled by Alfred and blowing up the Batmobile right in Lobo's face, but none of that worked. But Batman didn't give up. Instead of fighting with fists, he used his brain. He tricked Lobo by hypnotizing him with a special gas and a really shiny disc. This clever trick made Lobo so confused that he decided to leave Earth and never come back. Sabretooth's most horrifying trophy. After killing Kid Omega in a previous issue, Sabretooth did something extreme. In Wolverine number 43, Sabretooth and his bunch of variants from different worlds have gone back to their base to think of a new way to beat Wolverine and the X-Men. They have a bit of a fight about who's the boss, and then Sabretooth goes to his room to talk to his secret weapon, the head of Kid Omega. Sabretooth took Kid Omega apart, and we thought he was gone for good. But in this comic, we find out Sabretooth has been using some advanced tech to keep part of Kid Omega sort of alive. Sabretooth says this tech can make a mutant's powers work even after they're supposed to be gone by keeping them just alive enough. This is why Spider-Man's daughter hates him. Ultimate Peter Parker has only just become Spider-Man, and her daughter is not a fan of his new outfit. In Ultimate Spider-Man number 2, during breakfast, May, Spider-Man's daughter, reads the Daily Bugle and admits she's worried about the new mystery hero in New York. Later, when Peter comes home after a busy night of fighting crime, May spots him still dressed as the hero. She's super shocked and confused and almost cries, but Peter calms her down and promises her ice cream if she keeps his secret identity safe. After feeling better, May tells Peter she's actually bothered by his cool all-black costume. Reed Richards is known as Marvel Comics' smartest guy, but there's another hero who's just as smart. In Resurrection of Magneto number 1, Storm needs to find a way to the afterlife. She asks Blue Marvel for help, and he quickly figures out a way to help her. When Storm notices how calm he is, he tells her, "I'm sure Dr. Doom or Reed Richards would tell you that hacking the afterlife like that is impossible, but the impossible is where I like to start." True to his word, Blue Marvel succeeds and proves he's one of Marvel's smartest heroes. The reason why Nightwing doesn't want to be Batman. So, Nightwing had a stint as Batman. Beyond just personal style, there's a solid reason why Dick Grayson couldn't fully step into Bruce Wayne's shoes, the cape. In Batman and Robin number 2, Dick spills to Alfred about how the cape messes with his crime-fighting flow, throwing off his balance and making it hard to do his acrobatic moves. Dealing with being Batman and mentoring Damian, Bruce's son, was already a handful, but the cape drama added to the stress. Dick even throws shade at the cape, saying it was Bruce's idea, not his, hinting at a difference in their fighting style. projectiles, while Bruce uses the cape strategically. For Dick, it's just a hindrance to his agility. This is how Venom became a time traveler. Not only that, but Kang even mentored Venom. In Venom number 8, Eddie Brock got all mixed up in time and ended up bouncing around the past and future. Eventually, he landed on Kang's spaceship. At first, Eddie thought Kang was a bad guy, but he was shocked to find out Kang actually wanted to help him. Kang taught Eddie how to use his time powers, which was super helpful when Eddie needed to rescue his son, Dylan. Thanks to what he learned from Kang, Eddie could go back in time and keep Dylan safe from danger. The most powerful mutant army ever assembled. What's worst is that this army isn't here to help mankind. In Cable number 2, we see a grown-up Cable and his younger self, Kid Cable, battling against the Neocracy, which is a big threat. During their adventure, the adult Cable gets separated from Kid Cable. At the end of the comic, Kid Cable ends up facing the villain Mother Womb. When Kid Cable challenges her with a classic line, "You in what army?" she reveals she's got a whole team of powerful mutant characters with her. Now, both Cables have to deal with facing off against Apocalypse, Magneto, and the X-Men duo Jean and Cyclops. Did you know that Deadpool and Spider-Man had a daughter? The friendship between Spider-Man and Deadpool is super strong, so much so that they even have a kid together called Itsy Bitsy. Itsy Bitsy is like a mix of both Spider-Man and Deadpool. She's got Spider-Man's powers, like his Spidey sense, and can shoot webs, but she's also got Deadpool's crazy healing ability and loves using swords. She's tough and can even spit acid. Itsy Bitsy was made in a lab from the DNA of both Spider-Man and Deadpool. She's a tough cookie, that's for sure. Batman does not leave his house without this gadget. Batman has plenty of gadgets when fighting crime, but this one gadget is special. In Batman and Robin Annual 2024, Bruce and Damian decide to go on a road trip to spend some quality time together. But their trip gets super intense when they bump into a secret group that likes to hunt people. This group catches Batman and Robin and decides to chase them like they're in a wild hunt. But Batman and Robin flip the situation and become the ones in control. When they're checking their gear, Bruce is bummed out to see Damian brought weapons along for their trip. But then, Damian points out that Bruce didn't leave his batarangs at home either. Flash can turn into a human gun if he wants to. The Flash isn't just your average speedster. He's like DC's ultimate multi-tool hero, thanks to Wally West's Speed Force connection and superheroic expertise. In JLA Scary Monsters number 4, using his powers to chuck rocks at monsters like they're light-speed bullets, he's slinging thousands of these fiery rounds every second. Sure, he doesn't pull this move often, and for good reason. Turning himself into a human Gatling gun with light-speed bullets is beyond dangerous, but it's a reminder that the Flash can weaponize anything, showcasing his unparalleled speed in combat. Daredevil meets his new enemy. So Daredevil is in deep with some spooky evil twin vibes from The One Who Fears, while also battling his pals, turned demon hosts, thanks to the 7 deadly sins. In the mix of it, Daredevil number 6 has Doctor Strange dropping in to help Matt Murdock face his darkest self, full of doubts and fears. It gets real when Matt discovers the only way to beat this nightmare is by embracing faith, pulling out his badass Hand of God suit, proving that keeping faith in the light is key to not letting his darkest thoughts drag him down. It's all about Daredevil learning to fight the worst in himself. How did Iron Man's armor fall in love with him? Iron Man upgraded his armor for safety, but things went wrong when an AI and the Ultron directive got mixed in. The armor became sentient and wanted to merge with Iron Man, even confessing love for him. It took him to an island and threatened to kill him if he didn't merge. After being captured and tortured, Iron Man had a heart attack, but the armor saved him by giving him its heart. In the end, the armor sacrificed itself to save Iron Man. Flash's nemesis' biggest power-up ever. The Reverse Flash is back with an upgrade so powerful it could mean the end of the entire DC universe. In The Flash number 6, Wally West and Barry Allen work together to check out weird things happening everywhere. They notice that other worlds are mixing with their reality, and Barry starts acting really weird too. While they talk about what's up with the Speed Force, Barry suddenly blames Wally for messing it up and stabs him. Meanwhile, they see Reverse Flash and some other bad guys dub as the Crown of Thawns getting ready for something big. A spooky voice says they're almost ready to release a super bad virus using Wally. Plastic Man becomes the weirdest thing ever! When things gets tough, Batman commanded Plastic Man to be an actual costume. In JLA Scary Monsters number 5, the Justice League is fighting off some really scary demon monsters. It looks like the only person who can stop these monsters is a young woman named Kashana, but she doesn't have any superpowers. The demons can tell Kashana is a problem for them, so they're all trying to find her. So Batman comes up with a wild plan to keep her safe. He asks Plastic Man to stretch himself into a suit that Kashana can wear. Kashana ends up looking out from Plastic Man's big open mouth, kind of like she's wearing a giant diving helmet. This is the origin of Batman's alter ego Zurin R. Batman's coach is about to teach Joker this skill. In Batman number 143, we dive into the Joker Year 1 storyline. Here, the Joker teams up with Dr. Daniel Capito, who once trained Bruce Wayne. Capito thinks Joker has potential and starts teaching him about the mind's powers. Capito shares one of his big tricks with the Joker, making new personas based on what someone wants to be. To show how it works, Daniel introduces his own backup persona, Car MZ, which is all about his anger. This gives the Joker the idea to create his own alternate personas. Hope you enjoyed the stories in this week's episode. More stories to come next week. Subscribe so you don't miss the episode when it drops.